COVID-19 has claimed its first victim outside of Asia, a tourist from China's Hubei province. That man is among the more than 1,600 people who have now died globally from the virus. And the number of cases is still climbing tonight. More than 69,000 have been reported worldwide, the vast majority in China. Dozens of those new cases, including 3 Canadians, are on the Diamond Princess, that cruise ship under quarantine in Japan. So far, 15 Canadians on the ship have become infected with the virus. Meanwhile, the U.S. government is about to repatriate more than 400 Americans stuck on that ship. Jennifer Johnson looks at whether Canada plans to do the same.
Europe has now recorded its first death of COVID-19, an 80-year-old Chinese tourist from Hubei province, where the disease first emerged in December. The man died in France. That brings to 4 deaths from the virus outside of China, the others in Japan, Hong Kong, and the Philippines. The head of the World Health Organization says the crisis is evidence the world was badly prepared for this type of pandemic.
We must use the window of opportunity we have to intensify our preparedness. China has bought the world time. We don't know how much time.
Chinese leaders announcing that Wuhan, the city at the epicenter of the virus outbreak, will create more field hospitals. 2 new large hospitals and 9 temporary ones have already been built. And now some good news for passengers stranded aboard a quarantine cruise ship, the Diamond Princess, in Japan. The U.S. will start bringing its citizens home Sunday, but they face another 2-week quarantine in America. Canadian public health officials are assessing how to get their citizens out and what happens next for the Canadians who have tested positive for the virus, including Bernard and Diane Mernard from Quebec.
Say hi.
Some evacuees are troubled. They have to leave behind travel companions who are infected.
We're actually sad because we're leaving Jerry, her name's Jerry too, Jerry alone in Japan without anyone. So we have very much mixed feelings.
Relief, though, for over 2,000 passengers aboard a Holland American cruise ship finally allowed to dock in Cambodia and disembark after spending 2 weeks at sea. The ship had been turned away by 5 other countries. Meanwhile, in Hawaii, officials are trying to retrace a vacationer's steps after he returned to his home in Japan and tested positive for COVID-19. The man stayed at a Hilton timeshare vacation spot in Waikiki.
Our focus is who this person might have sat down with, had conversation with. Those are the kind of things that we're looking for.
Health officials are concerned because they don't know where the man caught the virus since he had not been to China. Another investigation as the World Health Organization encourages global cooperation.
The greatest enemy we face is not the virus itself. It's the stigma that turns us against each other.
The organization sounding the alarm, saying experts just don't know what direction the epidemic will take next. Jennifer Johnson, Global News, Washington.